All right, time for another Osho reaction. Been a while. Gonna take a look at his video titled "Being in Love."
Being in love, the master of controversy. Osho, yeah. All right. He's always says something interesting, in my opinion. If you have the patience to listen to him speak slowly.
I'm teaching you to be selfish. Let me repeat it, because the word selfishness has been condemned so much that there is every possibility you will misunderstand me. But the word is really beautiful. To be selfish simply means to be yourself. I say to you, don't consider anybody else in the world. Just consider yourself. And in that very consideration, you would have considered the whole world. In being selfish, you will find all the altruism that you have been seeking and were not finding. Because the whole thing was upside down. You are told to love the neighbor, but you have never loved yourself. And a person who has not loved himself, how he can love the neighbor? From where he can get love? First you have to have it. You are loving the neighbor who knows nothing of love, because you have never loved yourself. The neighbor is loving you, he has never loved himself. Such insanity is happening in the world. People are loving each other who know nothing of love. It is like beggars begging from each other, thinking as if the other is the emperor. Both are thinking in the same way. The other is the emperor. Both are beggars. Sooner or later, the reality manifests itself. Then there is misery, suffering. Then you think you have been cheated. This beggar has been trying to prove himself an emperor. Now this is absolutely absurd. You were thinking him as an emperor. The same is the situation from the other side. The other person thinks you have been cheating him, pretending to be an emperor, and you are just a beggar. When both beggars find that they are beggars, what else they can do other than be angry, enraged, violent to each other, hating each other as deeply as possible. And the love, it was nothing. They don't know what love is. To know anything, you have to begin with yourself. You have been told to sacrifice yourself for...
We're about halfway. Thought it'd be a good place to stop there. Well, he brings up a good point, How loving can you be to your neighbor if you don't love yourself. And what does that mean to love yourself? What does it mean to love yourself? That's a tough one. Does it mean to take care of your needs? Does it mean to act 100% authentically to who you are, even when the world around you may be pressuring you not to be that way?
I don't know what we're doing here. Like, I honestly, so many of the things I say are coded with like anti-capitalist sentiments. Like they just are, you know what I mean? And this is, if you listen to what he is, it's anti-capitalist, really. Because there's the good money in making sure everybody thinks that to love their neighbor and pretend as though their neighbor is a whatever it is, a emperor, and sort of be comparison. All this comparison game is good money in that you can capitalize on that. You can capitalize on anything. Anything. You can capitalize on spirituality. And it's just funny to me to see which one of our videos hit and which ones were like, that strangely didn't do well. But then you look out and you see somebody like Osho who's like very system disrupting, but it still works. Like, sometimes I'm surprised that anything genuine or earnest or whatever makes it at all, gets any attention, because it definitely is like in disguise being like, hey, system, I'm coming for you. All the things you believe, the things you love, your God, your religion, your nuclear family, I'm coming for it. And I'm going to dismantle it and make it not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So I'll say this in lieu of what he just said. Human psychology oftentimes is reverse. It's like some desperate, sweaty guy trying to get a woman out there in a bar. He's going to fail and get real desperate and compromise. But somebody that's aloof, when the person finally realizes they've been in the pickup game and they're like, forget it, man, I'm just going to like literally be myself. All of a sudden he's compelling. And there's something like, there's gravity to that. Like, oh, he doesn't want me. I kind of want his attention now. Yeah. That's just how we are as silly little humans. So many things are like that. They're like reverse. The golden apple that your culture, your church, your home, your mom, your dad, everyone told you was the thing you want is a lie. The movie, that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, like what is like, it's built into the American religion, the right to pursue happiness. There's no happiness. It's Will Smith, one of the biggest pretenders the world's ever seen, is at the end. It's so compelling. You watch him put his kid through hell. They sleep in a friggin' subway bathroom one night and he's like crying as somebody tries to break in. Poor guy, he's just trying to make it in this world. Don't put your kid through that. Stop valuing riches, you bitch. And at the end of the movie, when he accomplished it, you can't take my accomplishment away from me, he's clapping down the street. He's so grateful. That's lie. This is not real. There's nothing in that. We get Anthony Bourdains that kill themselves. We get Robin Williamses that kill themselves. I know they may have had medical issues and everything like that, but I'm telling you this for sure. It's a rotten. You don't want to be Osho. You don't want to be Sadhguru. You don't want to be famous. You don't want to be rich. I'm anti. Now, we've gotten lots of cool toys and gadgets because of this kingdom we've built here. I'm not denying all the cool, neat, interesting things we have. And in some sense, I'm okay with it. But I'm saying, just so you know, it's a lie. And you go, no, you can't take my comment. I was there. I cried great tears of joy. You could do that over anything. If you need a story stapled to it, you've been duped. You've been duped because nature itself is majestic. Like, why there's people that cry at a sunset. What really is the difference? It's just a story you've either been conditioned to believe or not. And so oftentimes, the person that was just ignored, left alone, is the least traumatized. They're the least fucked up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Must have been you got to be fucked up because you were neglected, though, right? You're like, no, I'm sound as a pound. And then you see the person that got all the shit that everyone told was good, and they're empty. They have a nervous breakdown, or there's a great fall. Remember that term? With great, the greater they are, the greater they fall, or whatever. There's a big reveal that it was empty because you can't feed a thought. All that stuff that they'll push scientists forwards that are like, studies show that if you win awards and are the most popular one, you'll be happiest. Don't believe them. Do not even believe medical science is what this weirdo is telling you. I'm telling you, it's all not true. And some of you are realizing this fact and you're very pissed off because you worked hard and you got to the peak and you go, why is it empty? What the fuck? I'm not backpedaling now because it's very hard to let go of those things. Like, it's very hard for people that have been like beautiful their whole lives. When they start aging, they try to hang on to it, even though it's mostly been a curse. It's mostly caused people to be jealous of you.
Yeah.
It's mostly caused all this shit.
I don't think it means you can't. I hear what you're saying. Good point. I don't, but I think a lot of people might think, well, then what's the point to absolutely doing anything?
That's a good question. Don't steamroll past that question.
Yeah.
What is the point in doing anything?
Yeah.
Instead of answering it like you've been doing, just ask it and be quiet. What's the point in doing anything? I don't know. What do you feel like doing?
Yeah.
You ever see somebody
and
and
tie back into the authentic self, which we're talking about, right?
Forget an authentic self. Don't add new ideologies, because the next thing you know, you'll be hypnotized and lost in that. Just ask the question, set it, and forget it. Shh.
All right.
Not you. I'm not trying to be rude and stifle you, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, so many people can't even get to the question, but then they get to the question and they're quick to answer it. Be hasty for nothing. Be swift for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If you care about true wisdom. Like, there's some people that don't care because they're not really aware of their suffering. It's kind of like, I honestly think, like, I don't want to interrupt a process that's naturally unfolding. Sometimes you can realize this before actually having to get to the peak. Yeah. Some people are like, they're about to get there and then realize it, and then there's going to be a great gestalt once they get there and they realize the emptiness of it. But things are only as you say they are. Things are only as you say they are. Like, and they're not even that. Mm-hmm. Like, some people will be like, no, I'm happy. No, I'm this. Okay, that's fine then. What's the problem? But then people's psychology, because it's all reverse and backwards and everything's like a lie and the reverse of itself, they act out it, like he said, and then the truth comes out and it's real ugly. All that talk of love, and then when the truth finally meets, the reality comes out and everyone's confused. What happened? Well, the whole kingdom was built on sand. It was built on like shifting bullshit. I think that's all I can say.
Okay, all right, we'll continue on.
I want you to be just simply selfish. And you will be surprised that if you are selfish, you discover so many treasures within yourself that soon you start sharing them. Because finding a treasure is a lesser joy than sharing it. And the treasures that are within you don't follow the ordinary economics and its laws. They are just the very opposite, diametrically opposite to the ordinary economic structure. In the ordinary economics, if you give something, you will have less. If you go on giving, soon you will be a beggar. In the ordinary economic world, you have to snatch as much from everybody as possible. Then you have more and more and more. The treasures I am talking about to you follow a different law. If you cling to them, they shrink. If you cling too much, you can even kill them. If you want to destroy them, then close all the windows and doors. Become a grave, so nothing can escape outside you. But you will be a dead man, with all your treasures also dead with you. Your truth, your freedom, your love, your joy, everything will be dead with you. securely dead, well insured. But if you want to grow your treasures, share them. Share to all and sundry. Don't even bother whether this is a friend or a foe. When you are sharing, the question is of sharing is not with whom. Whomsoever it may concern. You simply give. You don't be concerned about the address. You simply go on sending the love letters. Somebody will receive it somewhere. And the more you go on sharing, the more goes on entering in you from unknown sources. A man is just like a well.
More powerful words from the Osho. He's an interesting one because he's like, I imagine people who are not used to listening to people like him. They come in, they take a look at him, and he's like draped in wealth. A fuzzy fur hat, $1 million bracelets, talking about sharing and giving and love, unless you're willing to put all your concepts and beliefs behind you just before you enter into listening to Osho. It's going to be hard to really take in the message that he's talking about.
Well,
you got to like let go of certain things.
Most people are not very intelligent. Like most people don't have like exceptional problem solving skills or like an ability to like see the reality of anything. They're just not that smart. They can't see. They take things. They're very superficial. They go where their eyes are guided to. So you know, and who knows the reality of Osho? He's wearing glasses. That's a little bit of That's a hint of humanity right there. He's not like divine. He doesn't not need glasses. Yeah. And he had all kinds of health problems, all kinds of stuff. And when he talked about his wealth, he'd be like, my followers are hell-bent on making me bored of Rolls Royces. I've got like 90 Rolls Royces. They keep buying new ones. And somebody who's deeply traumatized that can't even hear what I'm saying right now. Like they're just boiling. They're too upset to hear what I'm saying. No, things are things, Justin. No, they're not. Things aren't actually even things. I'm saying, just that aside, now that we've covered that nothing's actually a thing or anything. Yeah. That being said, you ever been at a party and there's the guy that's like, what's with the frown? You know, hey, oh, there he is. Like, you ever been nudged in life? Yeah. Nudged? When you were growing up, your parents were like, no, that's bad. It was bad. Say it with me. That's bad. Like, I'm straight. Like, all of life is doing that to you constantly. You don't know what the fuck's going on. You don't have any... That's why you can't meditate. You can't sit still. You're just a ball of trauma. You got to get away from everything to, like, realize, what is going on with me? I don't have one independent thought. They're all conditioned thoughts. My entire identity is just pulled from things I've seen. All my physiology. You know, you go to a doctor, like some egghead who's like, you know, you've inherited those. If the father was this way, you're going to be that way. Like, and there's no way to know if it was nature versus nurture. It's nurture. All the way down, it's nurture, because we live in a frantic society of people pretending to be things they're not. Mm-hmm. So when it finally comes time to go, well, then what did you do? And you ask the question, you can't even do it. You need an answer too bad. It's like, shut up with your fucking answers. Don't give me one more scientific study. Don't give me one more nothing. And there's nothing to cling to. You can't be like, and that's when I found my authentic self. A wild man that does and says what he wants. That's not the answer either, idiot. That's another thing you picked up. There's not a thing to grab. There isn't one. But at the same time, there is something. There is something going on. In fact, it's everything. It's just like, are you there or not? Are you at that doorway or not? Are you knocking? Are you asking truly to see what is what's really real or not.
I think it's a good place to leave it with a good question like that. Good one for everyone to kind of like sit on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Leave some comments about the things that were said, what you think about what's going on here. Hopefully you like this. If you did, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with a friend, and everyone until next time. Stay spiritual.